طيب okay. I think now you should be able to hear me. Can someone confirm? I don't know what's wrong with my okay خلاص. Yeah, let's start. Over here. 22, 23 written. It was okay, not too hard. يعني. So I'm opening it on my phone. 1 second. I lost it. Yeah, okay. Show. I'll type it in text because I ain't right now. لا. Okay, it's not that hard يعني. Make this a bit bigger. I can't make this bigger. Okay, show that 4 sine x tan x plus 15 equals 0 can be written as 4 cosine squared x minus 15 cosine x. Minus 4 equals 0. Over here. Let's fix this over here. Let me. How can I make this a bit bigger? Okay. Type. So this was question 1A. Okay. This was the 8th question in the exam. So the exam was 7 questions computer, and it had 3 questions written. 2 or 3 actually. Okay. So this is 1A. How do we do this? I always tell you, you want to rewrite, you have tan, you want to somehow change it to cosine. Whenever you want to somehow manipulate tan and you want to change it into cosine, I always tell you rewrite tan as, please, if you're doing written part, make sure you write down the x, don't just write sine, please. No? Some people don't understand what this means. So let me just write the square manually. Cosine squared. Okay, yeah, so write tan as sine x over cosine x plus 15 equals 0. Okay, so what happens here? We can change this into 4 sine squared x over cosine x plus 15 is equal to 0. Type, what can we do here? We want to change this, we want to end up with cosine squared. So can you change any of this into cosine squared? Yes, we know that sine squared, using the Pythagorean identity, cosine squared x plus sine squared x is equal to 1. You can manipulate sine squared x to get 1 minus cosine squared x, right? So we're going to rewrite this as this, okay, over cosine x plus 15 is equal to 0. Type, we kind of, we want to get rid of this denominator, right? As you can see here, we don't want to have this denominator cosine x. So what do we do when we want to get rid of a denominator? We always multiply on both sides by that denominator to cancel it out, right? I mentioned this in the TOPS recording. Okay, so let's simplify this now. This cosine x will cancel with this, right? Remember, you're distributing it inside the brackets. So it's just going to be here, it's going to be 4 into 1 minus cosine squared x. Okay, so we're done here. Remember, you're distributing it inside, so you multiply here and you multiply here as well. Cosine x times 15 is plus 15 cosine x. And then 0 times cosine x is what? 0. Type. Here you obviously have to distribute the 4. So you can get 4 minus 4 cosine squared x plus 15 cosine x is equal to 0. Type, as you can see here, we want the 15 to be negative and the cosine squared x to be positive. So we can just throw everything on the other side. So it's going to be, if you take everything to the other side, it's going to look like this. And as you can see here, we showed that it can be rewritten like this. For part A, is there any question at all? Is there any question? And is my bitrate, is the quality okay, guys? Or is it low quality? Is the quality fine? Yeah, is it?
I'm sorry, but you're not sitting here from there. I'm sorry, Tony, but like, that's impossible to see. Like, almost impossible.
Okay, I think nobody said anything. I'm just gonna continue. Part B. Hence, okay, let's take part B over here. Okay, over here, part B. Hence, solve the equation 4 sine x tan x plus 15 equals 0. And they gave us the domain for 0.
I'm the only one.
This is I'll fix this in a sec. X 360. Okay, so they gave us the domain. Oh, too small. Yeah. How did? Okay, I'll come back to this guy. Okay. So they gave us this as a domain. Okay, this is greater than less than, greater than or equal. Okay. How did you get rid of cosine denominator? I said go back and rewatch what I said. I told you anytime you want to get rid of a denominator, you multiply on both sides by the denominator to cancel it. Okay. So I multiplied by cosine x on the left and cosine x on the right. Okay. Well, now when I multiply by cosine x, if you're just multiplying by the denominator, doesn't it just cancel out? Yes, right? And then remember, you're distributing it in here. So here it cancels, and here it gets multiplied by the 15 to become 15 cosine x. Okay. Here, hence solve the equation 4 sine x tan x plus 15 equals 0. طب now we figured out that this can be written as this, right? So we're actually just solving this, right? We're just solving this. So how can you solve? You can use quadratic formula, you can use whatever. Let's see, can we factor? Yes, we can. 4 times 4 is 16. Which two numbers multiply to get 16? But when you subtract them, you get 15. 16 and 1. Okay, so you're going to get 4 cosine and 16. And then 4 cosine and 1. The signs, the minus will go here, and the plus will go here, equals 0. Type, if you divide by 4 here on both sides, you're going to get cosine x, sorry, cosine x. You have to write cosine x. Cosine x minus 4. 4 cosine x plus 1 is equal to 0. So let's take this to the right over here. So that means we're going to get two solutions. We're going to get cosine x is equal to 4. And we're going to get cosine x is equal to negative 1 over 4. Of course, this one will be what? Rejected. Why? Because cosine x is in between the domain minus 1 and 1. Right? Like the solution of this, the range of it is minus 1, 1. Okay? It has to be in between minus 1, 1. So it can't be 4. So we're left with this, right? Let's solve this. We should get two solutions. Let's take a look. Okay, let's get our calculator in degrees, since our domain is in degrees. Shift cosine minus 1 over 4. You're gonna get the first solution is 104. Let's do 2 on decimal place. 104.5 degrees. I always tell you, take the negative, right? For cosine, take the negative. But in this case, when you take the negative, it's not in the domain, right? But it's okay, let's just write it down. Later on, we'll see. And the third one for cosine, I always tell you do 360 minus. Okay, so do 360 minus 104.5. Okay, so you do 360 minus 104.5. You get 255.5.
Oh my god.
Okay, always you write, if it's a written part, please write this. Okay, please. Please, if it's written, write this. Okay? Please write all of these. You need to write this plus 360k. You need to write it. Okay? Then on the right, you're going to show. You say 4k equals 1. 104.5 plus 360 is equal to 464.5, which is greater than 360. So you're gonna say not in domain. Okay. What else? How about this minus 104.5? Let's try it. Minus 104.5 plus 360. It's gonna be equal to 255.5. But we already found it. Okay, so this is correct. Okay, and then 255.5 plus 360 is gonna be equal to 415.5 degrees. And no, is it? كيف no 615.5 كيف 400 615.5 degrees, and then you're gonna say not in great, which is greater than 660. It's not in domain. Please put to be safe, okay, for all of your solutions, please put the degree symbol. Okay, so then you're gonna write x is equal to, what are our two solutions? We got 104.5 degrees and 255.5 degrees.
Oh,
Okay, if in your answer, in your final answer, you write plus 360k and the question has restrictions, your paper will get spat on by the person correcting. Okay, Abdurrahman, how do we use integral or non-integral? I don't think it makes a difference صراحة. Get both. Oil up at 2.8k. Okay. Is there any question here before I move on? Say something stupid like nobody's saying anything. خلاص, I'm gonna move on. Okay.
there might be sickness. And this guy is doing is just walking. Yeah, I know. Speedster's no skill. Why is bro doing that?
Okay. Moving
Yeah,
on.
no skill.
Question 2.
Sorry to tell you. What? No, it's a guaranteed goal. That's not. No, it's not. Do not know what you're talking about.
Question 2 is do we have to write for k equals 1? Yes, I would prefer you do. Yeah, please write for k equals 1. Okay, just write it. Sometimes they don't take off marks, sometimes they do. But if you want to be on the safe side, all right, man, you won't lose anything. If you don't have time, don't write it. Don't force yourself to write it. Did you study Arabic? No, wallah, I didn't. I only read over the dars, the share. I don't know what it's called. The one about the guy obsessing over his wife. Question 2. It's draw the graph of, I'll write this in pen. Y is equal to cosine x plus pi over 4 for x in between 0 and 2 pi. Can we draw this, guys? I think we've solved way harder than this, right? This is a nice 1 mark. Walid, لازم you check for k equals -1, k equals 0. K equals 0, you don't have to check. It's right here. Okay, k equals 0, I'm gonna guess it. But you should k, yeah, you're right. You should also check for k is equal to -1. لا, for k is equal to -1. لا, no. K equals -1, it won't work. Well, if you want, yeah, okay. If you want, write for k is equal to -1 as well. But when you're in the domain between 0 and 360, يعني أكيد none of them. No, مؤمن, you shouldn't. You're correct. But if you're in the domain 0 360, عادي, it's fine. Because on your calculator, when you do shift cosine or shift sine, the angle it will give you will always be in between 0 and 360. اسمع أحمد, send me them. I'll check them later. The قواعد I kind of know it صراحة. I focused in class. Okay, this one here. Draw the graph between 0 and 2 pi. Let's take a look. We're gonna make this very easy. You should be given a graph paper. When they had this in their exam, they were given a graphing paper. Okay, expect it, please. Expect it in your exam. How am I gonna solve this? How are you gonna solve this? you can easily do this. Okay, and wait, let me just label my axis. Y. Please label your axis and x. You can do this. أول شي change your calculator to radians. Table mode. Cosine x plus pi over 4. Starting at 0, ending at 2 pi. People asked me, what is the step thing that you put with it? Step is basically how much you want each point to change by. If you put your step as 1, then between each point it goes 0, 1, 2. And I always put my step for a normal trigonometric function, I put it as pi over 2 because I want it to go 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi. Okay, ideally you'd want, what? What's this? Laser point, does it never hit the maximum point? Pi over, since you're doing plus pi over 4, don't take the step as pi over 2, take it take the step as pi over 4. I'll take it pi over 4. Okay, for 0 you'll start over here at over here. Let's label our axis. Okay, we're gonna start over here as obviously our maximum point is gonna be 1 and our minimum is gonna be a -1. Why? I mean, we're working with cosine, right? You want to go from 0 until 2 pi. Let's take each 3 squares as pi over 4. Okay, this everything I'm doing now, by the way, is all your personal opinion. Whatever you want to do, you can do. And this is just how I like drawing my scale. Okay, you can go pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi. That's completely normal. Okay, but I'm trying to take as many points as possible for the best accuracy. Okay, and over here, it's too big if I take pi over 4. Would it work if I took pi over 2? If I took pi over 2, no, just take pi over 4 as your scale. But I'll take it, yeah, okay, خلاص, I'll continue it. Plus pi over 4. It should be 7 pi over 4 here. Okay, this is just boring graph stuff. You can create your own scale and you don't have to copy mine. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 2 pi. Okay, and this is x-axis. Type. You can do this, and this is what the calculator gave me. It gave me all of my values. Okay, for between pi over 4. So let's start. We're going to take 0, 0.7. So we're at 0, we're going to go to 0.7, which is about over here. I'll draw the points in black. Okay, pi over 4, 0. Pi over 2 minus 0.7. So over here. No, lower a bit. About here. 3 pi over 4 should take me to -1. Yes. Okay. 3 at pi, it's at minus 0.7 again. Over here. At what comes after pi? 5 pi over 4. It says 0. At 3 pi over 2, it's 0.7 again. 7 pi over 4, it's at 1. Then at 2 pi, it should go down again. 0.7. So let's fix this. Connect the dots. Oh, let me do a second. Okay, please remember it's a curve, so don't use straight lines. Okay, so this is how your graph should look. Okay. This is the way you can use it using a calculator. Step 1, is just go to your calculator, change your thing to radians, put in this from 0 until 2 pi. Take your step as whatever you would like. But here, the best thing for me would be pi over 4. Since I shifted by pi over 4, I would want to go every pi over 4, see how much each point is. Okay? And then I'd get all of these points, which is pretty straightforward. Okay, just graph it. Another way you can do it, another nice way you can do it, is graph cosine x normally. Okay? You can do this as well. You can graph cosine x, right? Which looks like this, right? Over here.
Oh, let's go.
No, wait. Hick.
Okay. Thank you.
Looks like this. Cosine x looks like this.
Thank you. Oh,
Hick. Hick.
keep cooking, man.
Hick. Goes up here to 0. This goes here.
Kind of feel bad. I'm cooking too much, man.
No, wait, this goes here. Okay, and then this goes here. So you can graph cosine x like this.
What are you doing?
Okay,
No wonder you're fat.
and then say, just shift it to the left by pi over 4, and it's gonna look like this black one over here. You can do that as well, but I'm not gonna do that. The easiest way to graph any trigonometric function is just to put it in a calculator and do table mode. Get your table.
What is actually kind of
It's not hard at all, really. Okay, so this is question 2. هلا في question 3 كمان.
okay? Nice.
Question 3.
I mean, bro's gonna cook. He's gonna just okay, Tony. Oh, he's again.
Solve for. Okay, and I'll just use the rest in my pen. Okay, solve for theta. Okay, I'll write it in red. 3 cosine theta
You wanna go against us?
minus 5 sine theta is equal to 2.
Let me show you how you actually do it.
Someone is gonna see this because honestly in the tops I didn't see a question like this. Like I don't remember seeing cosine and sine in the same way. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But honestly I don't remember seeing cosine and sine. But I told you anytime you want to solve an equation where you have a cosine theta plus b sine theta, you have to use, there's no other way to solve other than doing this. R cosine, let me not put brackets, R cosine theta minus alpha. But yeah, there's no other way than doing than this one. You have to substitute all of this with R cosine theta minus alpha. Okay, you can't solve any equation like this other than using this. Okay, other than trial and error, of course, but we're not gonna do trial and error. Let's rewrite this in the form R cosine theta minus alpha. Okay, you're gonna do it like this. R is equal to root a squared plus b squared, right? So you don't have to write R is equal to a squared plus b. No, just show them that you did root a squared plus b squared. You just have to write R is equal to root 3 squared plus 5 squared, which should be radical 34, I think. Root 9 plus 25. Yeah, 34. Okay, so R is root 34. Can we find alpha? Yes. Tan alpha, it's not a premiere, it's live, bro. Tan alpha is equal to b over a. So tan alpha is equal to negative 5 over 3.
I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Teach you a lesson.
Did they give me a domain? Yeah, they did. They gave me a domain. I didn't write the domain. Theta is in between 360 and 0 degrees. Okay, this is the domain. Okay. Anyways, tan alpha is minus 5 over 3. Okay, tan alpha is minus 5 over 3. Please, please, please. Many people mix up with this step here. Tan alpha equals b over a. B is the coefficient of sine. Okay, always sine over cosine. Okay, please. Also, don't neglect the negative. People will put it as 5 over 3. No. It's minus 5 sine theta. So you need to put the negative. Okay, please don't neglect it. طيب do shift tan هلا minus 5 over 3 in degrees because we're working in degrees. Shift tan minus 5 over 3, you're gonna get negative 59. So alpha is negative 59 degrees. Okay, so over here r cosine theta minus alpha, let's rewrite it. We know r is root 34. Cosine theta minus alpha, alpha is minus 59, so we're gonna put minus 59, is equal to how much? 2. Okay, so let's fix this minus minus and make it plus. Okay, let's just fix it over here, right? Type. Let's continue. Can we solve this? Yes, let's divide by
I think we'll turn on his hacks or something, honestly.
root 34 on both sides. Okay, and we're gonna do now what? Shift cosine. So we're gonna get a few solutions, obviously. We're gonna get أول شيء theta plus 59 is equal to, let's do shift cosine 2 over root 34. Shift cosine 2 over root 34, you're gonna get 69.9 degrees. And then always with cosine, you take the negative. Okay, if you take negative 69.9, it's gonna be wrong. Why? Because it doesn't fit in the domain. Okay, let's do now 360 minus 69.9 degrees. Okay, let's do it 360 minus 69.9. You get 290.1. 290.1. Okay, don't forget you have to do plus 360k. Okay, you have to. Okay, you now have two solutions. You have theta plus 59 equals to 69.9, and theta plus 59 equals 360 minus 69.9. Okay, which is just the same as 290.1 plus 360k. So into what you do, you check first. We take our first solutions. We take obviously our first solutions will be theta plus 59 is equal to 69.9, and theta plus 59 is equal to 290.1. Earlier when Mu'min said check for k equals 0, this is what it means to check for k equals 0. Basically, ignore this and take these two solutions. That's what check k equals 0 means. Okay, I never say it in my recordings. I always just cut to the chase and say this. Okay, then I say k equals 1, whatever. Okay, but if you want, you can say like this, for k equals 0. Okay, then continue solving for k equals 1. Okay, you can do this عادي, nothing wrong with it. For k equals 1, why do you have to check k equals 1? You have to check plus 360. You have to check. Someone's gonna come tell me, طب وليد, it's obviously not in the domain. But you never know. I always tell you, check it. You have to be sure of it. Especially when you have this plus 59 over here. Okay, so let's take a look. Yeah, it's gonna be theta plus 59 is equal to 69.9 plus 360. It's 429.9, and you're gonna get theta plus 59 is equal to 290 plus 360. It's gonna be 65, 650.1 degrees. Okay, 429.9 degrees. Type, what do? We now have to subtract by 59. What's the problem? Many people, what do? They do theta plus 59 equals 69.9. They subtract by 59 and then find the rest of the solution set. Many times, I repeated in my videos, maybe 17 times. You're not allowed to do this. You first find your full solution set. At the end, after you find all your possible angles, that's when you do minus 59, take it to the other side. Okay? You're not allowed. You're not allowed. Please don't make this stupid mistake. Okay? Take 59 to the other side. You're going to get your first solution. Theta is equal to 69 minus 10.9 degrees. Okay, take 59 to the other side, you're going to get theta is equal to 290 minus 60 is 231.1. Okay, here take 59 to the other side. You're going to get, I'm going to move my screen to the right a bit. Okay, you're going to get over here theta is equal to 430 minus 60 is 370. So you can get 370.9. but this is greater than 360. Okay, so you have to put a nice x over it and say rejected. Okay, and over here again, if you take this, you're gonna get theta is equal to 600 minus 9 is 593.1 degrees, and you're gonna put a nice x over it and say rejected. So what solutions do you get? These lovely solutions here. Okay, هيك بنكون خلصنا. Can you repeat the table in question 2? Okay, I'll come back to you. Okay,
Dumbass.
before I go back and repeat question 2 for Ali, does anyone else have a question?
Yeah, exactly. Because you're one of them.
Okay, I don't think anyone has a question, but I'm just going to. If you have, I'll come back to you. I'm gonna explain question 2 for Ali. To draw the graph here, the easiest way for me to get points is I go on my calculator and do table mode. Okay, since you're working in radians, first change your calculator to rate. Okay, then go mode and press on table mode. It might not be 7 for you, it might be 3. Okay, put in your equation cosine x plus pi over 4. Okay, it's gonna ask you start. Where are you starting? What's your domain? You're starting at 0. Where are you ending? You're ending at 2 pi. For start, that means you put 0. For end, you're gonna put 2 pi. Okay, I saw your question. Yeah, just give me a second. Okay, this is the step that confuses everyone. This one here, step. What do I put as my step, Walid? Okay, step basically means how much do you add. If you put the step as 1, you're always going to start, we start at 0. That means the next point is going to give you that 1. The next point after that will be 2, and then 3. Okay, but obviously we don't want that since we're working with trigonometry. Okay, choose your step as something ideal. Usually for all of my cosine x, sine x, for these two, I use my step as pi over 2. Okay, because each turning point is every pi over 2. Okay, I usually do that. Okay, but that doesn't work because they're never going to give you a simple equation like cosine x, sine x. So what I like to do is I check the transformation they gave me. Okay, they told me plus pi over 4. That means my graph was shifted pi over 4 to the left, right? طيب, in that case, let me just take pi over 4 as my step. Since it was shifted pi over 4 to the left, that means every pi over 4, there's now going to be something new. Okay, for that reason, I'm going to tell my calculator to give me the step as pi over 4. That means I'm telling my calculator basically tell me what's happening every pi over 4. And I know something's happening every pi over 4 because I shifted it to the left by pi over 4. So at every pi over 4 unit, there's going to be something new, something that I'm not expecting. So that's why pi over 4, I take it as the step. Okay, and then you get these points. And I think you know how to work with points. Just put them into your graph, yani. Okay, yeah, very easy. Okay, it gives you these as a decimal, but this is just in forms of pi. If you don't, if you're not sure about it, just مثلا put like what is 2 pi on your calculator. You can do it. Look, if you go mode 1, what is mode 1? 2 pi. If you don't know what it is, it's gonna give you here 6.283. Okay. I hope that clears it up. Should we write 360k thing even when it definitely won't work in written? Yes. Although they probably won't take marks off for it, just write it in case. Okay, I've been in the school way long enough to know how annoying the school can be with marking schemes. Okay, but listen. The plus 360k, you have to write it and show that it won't work. You can't just write it and include it in your answer. Like here, مثلا, if I wrote 104.5 plus 360k in my answer as my final answer and put a circle around it, I'll get it wrong. It's wrong. Okay? You need to write plus 360k before. Check. Does that plus 360k give me any other solution set? If it does, perfect. Take it. If it doesn't, or no, after doing all that, check what are your solution sets there and just drag them into your box and say that's your final answer. You're not allowed to include plus 360k in your answer unless they remove this, okay? And they didn't put it on it. That means they put any angle on Earth, okay? But you're never gonna see this, never. Okay. Does anybody else have any question?
No wonder you don't have any kids.
Uh,
You don't have any family. No wonder you don't have any kids. No wonder you don't have a family. No wonder you don't have a kid's family. No wonder you don't have any kids.
Because I think I'm gonna end the live. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you stuck to the end, thank you for helping out.